Hey guys, it's FifaRalle here and welcome to a setup slash apartment tour. I got quite a lot of questions about that as of late, and I guess I did one video 2 years ago when I moved into my apartment, but I guess the setup has changed slightly since then, and I guess a lot of new people have come to my channel since then, so I thought, you know what, let's do an apartment tour. So let's get going. We'll start over here. This is the entrance of my apartment. Not really that big, but it serves its purpose. You've got a pair of shoes down here, and then a bunch of different jackets hanging around here, and then you got like a vest here for when I was out running in the winter with reflexes on, so you could like be seen in the dark basically. And then you have a bunch of shoes in this box. So there's some running shoes. I did run a lot in the winter and in the spring, but I didn't get much time to run when work got going for real with university and my bachelor project. But I really wanted to run the marathon, Copenhagen Marathon in May. But I would also like to run it in a good time, and because I didn't have much time to run, I couldn't train much, and therefore I felt I maybe could have completed the marathon, but not in a time I'd be happy with. Like, I think 3.5 hours is what I would like to keep it under if I was to run my first marathon. So maybe that'll be next year. And then you got some shoes. You got the Adidas boots I got when I was in Berlin. I really do not like the colorway on these. I don't know what they thought when they went with this weird design, but the fit and the comfort is amazing. Really comfortable to have on, and I might begin to use these for indoor football and street football, but before these I've always used these. The good old Adidas handball special. I don't know how popular they are around the world, but they're pretty popular in Denmark, I guess. And I've used these a lot. Like, they're 6 years old and they're still in one piece. They're not falling apart as many other football boots I've been playing in, but these, they just stick together, and I've been playing in these a lot. You can see they're used quite a bit, but they basically fit my foot perfectly, so I love these boots. And I don't know if I should continue with these or switch to the other ones. I'm not too sure. And then you got some other random football boots and stuff down there. Anyways, the rest of the apartment, got the kitchen out there, we'll get there in a bit, and then you have the toilet out here. So you have like, yeah, toilet, sink, and you have like the shower in behind here. Now when I moved here, this was one of the criteria I wanted in my apartment, because a lot of Copenhagen apartments got the shower on top of the toilet. It's like a safe space kind of thing in the apartments, but I just couldn't live with a toilet on, a shower on top of the toilet. So when I found an apartment which didn't have that and actually had a nice living room, I decided to pick that. So yeah, that is pretty much the toilet, but a weird thing they have going in Copenhagen apartments in my opinion. Anyways, moving on to the next room, which is the kitchen. Again, pretty small, but it serves its purpose. You got like a microwave, you got an oven, then you got like the sink. And then you have the fridge here, and I'm recording this the day before I'm leaving for the Roskilde Festival. So this is like you remember when I uploaded my Q&A, that was like uploaded, I guess, the day after I'm recording this. So it's been like an entire week. I've been gone and I made videos for, so this is before I leave for a week. So there's basically nothing in my fridge because it would not be good when I get back home. There's some barbecue leftovers and then some bottles of Jägermeister. That's pretty much it. Really not much stuff in the fridge because it will not be good when I get back home anyway. So yeah, I need to fill it up when I get back home at one point. That's pretty much it. I guess in here we have like a lot of barbecue stuff. I really like barbecuing. It's probably my favorite type of food. So yeah, I like to grill, barbecue, and yeah, usually do that with friends. And then yeah, barbecue food, friends, and a cold beer is usually a pretty good recipe for a good evening. So yeah, then we have like the big living room, or big and big. I guess it's a pretty nice size for an apartment, and you have like two parts. You have like the, I guess, I don't know, couch area, and then you have like the setup. And I guess you could say this is another area, the dining area, but I would never use this area, so I've been thinking of replacing this thing. So if you have any idea what I could put there, let me know. I was thinking if you could make a space for freestyling and practicing, but I don't know if that will work out at all. But maybe you guys got some ideas. So what I was thinking about was to put up a wall behind the sofa. So if you've seen any of my videos as of late, the camera's been over here and it's basically filmed this big mirror. And yeah, it's not the nicest backdrop, so I was thinking of putting a wall where I could put a cool backdrop. That's what I've been thinking of. But anyways, you have like the couch area, which I sit in a lot when I have people over and we just hang out. This is a nice cozy area to do that in. And then you have like a Philips TV and some Philips speakers here. And there's one there, there's one over there, there's one on the top of that cabinet, and then 2 over there in the window area. And then you have the router. This thing is a good thing, because where I grew up before I moved in here, we had like, I don't know, .5 upload and 2 download or something, and now I have like 120, and it can be changed to 60/60, which is really good for both downloading and uploading and streaming and stuff like that. So I'm pretty happy about that. And then you have like this thing for the phone, and then some headphones for when I'm out running. I like to run with music. And then down here you have like a lot of consoles I collected over the years. The PlayStation 3, the first console I had, and then I bought the Xbox, a used Xbox, a couple of years later, which I play a lot of games on. And then you have the PlayStation 4, which I bought, I guess it's 2 years ago now. I think something like that, right? Or is it 1.5 years? It's probably 1.5 years ago. And then a lot of games, a lot of FIFA games, really not too much interesting stuff. FIFA, some Assassin's Creed, some Rockstar games, and then yeah, more FIFA, some FIFA Street, and more Rockstar games for the Xbox basically. Then you have the iPad. It's hooked up to the speakers here. What I like about that is with the iPad you can basically control Spotify from distance and just play off here, and yeah, it plays off the speakers. And if I want to hook the speakers up to the TV, I can also do that when watching a movie and stuff like that, which is kind of nice. And then over here you have sort of a remaining mess I haven't cleaned completely up. In there is the green screen, but I don't use that much anymore. And then you have like a Manta football I used, but it's gotten to a point where like it's deflated, and whenever you put air into it, it just loses it right away again, unfortunately. Then you have a big wardrobe here, and yeah, it's just stored with clothing. And then the bottom drawer down here, there's like a big stocking up on different kinds of beer and stuff like that for occasions, I suppose. And then clothing in there basically. And then yeah, you have the living room area or the dining area, which I don't use that much. And in here, the closed off area is basically where I sleep. And yeah, it's nice, you can just close that off. And there's no light in here right now, but you can just turn it off if you want to. But there's really not too much to see in there, but I like you can like close it off and just keep it private whenever you have people over. And then you have like this big living room area. And then finally we do have the setup. I guess what you'll see is there's a lot of different brands here. I just buy whatever is cheapest or on discount, because I like saving my money, I guess. So we have the Xbox One, and I got that from doing some work alongside with Microsoft. So I luckily didn't have to pay for that, because I don't think I would have had the money to buy both the new consoles when they were out. So I bought the PlayStation, and I got this one for the work I did. And then that hooks up down here alongside with the desktop, which is a couple of years old. I think it's 4 years old now. It got like an i7 processor, 16GB RAM, custom build, but I can't remember all the specs. But it's a pretty good computer, but I'm thinking of upgrading some of the components, because it's after all 4 years old and it's running a little bit slow, so it might need a bit of an upgrade. Then you have an external hard disk. I usually use that to transfer data to the desktop from the laptop up over here. We'll get into that in a second. Then we have like a battery here. This thing, it can basically, yeah, it's being charged, and then you have like the USB, so when you need to charge your phone or something and you're not close to somewhere we can do that, you can use this thing, which is pretty nice. And then down here, the cable mess. But the HDMI cable from the Xbox goes into this blue thing, light with the blue lights, and that's the HDMI splitter. And then it goes to, one goes to the old Elgato, it's this one, and then there's the new Elgato. So the old Elgato goes into the desktop computer, and then when I stream, this computer, the desktop computer, uses basically uses the old Elgato. But when you use and stream, you cannot record the footage with the Elgato, unfortunately. You can use the streaming capture, but that's really low quality. So what I do is I use the other Elgato to stream to the laptop over here. which is a Lenovo laptop, pretty solid laptop, and yeah, then that laptop records everything, and then I transfer it to the desktop usually. I use this a lot for university as well, and some 3D work and stuff like that, so it's a pretty powerful PC, but I guess it doesn't get that much use as it did when I like got it back in the day. And then you have like the entire setup, and as I said, I have a lot of different brands. So you have like a SteelSeries mouse pad, you have a Logitech mouse, then you have a Razer keyboard, you have the Yeti microphone, then you have a Logitech webcam, which I guess most streamers use. You have two Asus screens, which you can't really see because of the contrast, and then a Samsung screen in there. And then you have like a pair of headphones called Audio Technica, and I love these headphones. I bought these on Black Friday, and I love how like you put these on your head and you don't hear anything around you, which is really nice. And a lot of this stuff has been bought like from Black Friday or other discount points in time, just to save money. And yeah, I kind of like the setup. You have like one screen for editing, another screen for sort of browsing and stuff like that, and then you have like the screen for playing FIFA and recording stuff. And then up back here you have the tripod I use when I put this camera up and record some stuff. And yeah, as I said, I was thinking of putting a wall behind me because the backdrop right now is basically this thing, and it would be cooler to have like a nice wall and then put some stuff up on it or something like that. That's what I'm thinking of. And then maybe get some better lights. The light I have right now is just like a basic bright light, which isn't exactly the best. But that's pretty much all for the setup I have going here. I kind of like it. I bought over several years of saving up and stuff like that, but I think it's like to the point where I think I have a pretty solid setup that works for exactly what I need to do. And then out here behind this thing you do have a balcony, not the biggest, but we have a grill and a chair, and it's just pretty dark. You can't really see anything out now, because it is pretty late as I'm recording this vlog. Anyways, this is going to be the end of the video, guys. I hope you did enjoy this sort of short little vlog showing off my apartment and where I live. And yeah, this is probably going up on the Friday. Actually, you can maybe see here there's like a folder with all, like you see all these small thumbnails here. There's all the videos I've been recording, and I'm recording this one, and then there's the one in the background here I've just finished. So I've recorded 8 videos and edited within 2 days. So I never done that many videos in such short amount of time, but that's because I am at the Roskilde Festival. I'm going. I don't know. It's a little bit tricky because I'm recording this beforehand, but you watching it while I'm there. But anyways, this is the final video of all the videos I made. And then tomorrow, there will most likely not be a video. And then I come back Sunday and will return with videos streaming. And I really want to, now that I'm done and I don't really have any plans, I want to put a little bit more effort into my videos and my edits and stuff like that. So look forward to that. And apart from that, I just want to say thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye bye.